How can making art, making craft help us heal? Can making art and craft help us heal? Well, there's a lot we need to heal from. It's a pretty rough time in a lot of ways for a lot of people. There's a lot of heartache. There's a lot of personal loss. There's a lot of country and global loss. I personally lost one of my very special goats yesterday. Some of you have seen the video. I'll link to it about my Pagora goats, who are luxury fiber goats. And we had a very special goat named Shanti, which is the Sanskrit word for peace. Shanti passed yesterday. He had many health struggles that were undiagnosed, maybe undiagnosable. And I am feeling that loss. And the question is, when we have loss, how does working with our art and our craft really help to move the grief? Because it does. Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Sam from thesamanthawild.com. Just dropping in, trying to do a couple different things with the videos, and I wanted to be here with all of you today. Don't forget, give a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. I am not in my studio. I'm in my house sitting at my kitchen table, and that's why I thought maybe I could come to you just for a little quick drop in to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being my subscribers. I want to share. It's very important to me that I'm sharing beauty. This is a time when there's a ton of ugliness, and sharing beauty feels very important. And you know what? Honestly, when I watch YouTubers, the ones I really like are the ones who just sort of talk to me, and I feel that sense of being with them, like being with a friend, embraced in that. So I want to show you my little Shanti. Can you see Shanti? So Shanti was my fiber goat who ended up passing yesterday. I had just begun felting Shanti's, and here is this lovely boy, and he has his own fiber on his back. I've made another one, and I'm going to keep making them. These are my Shanti goats of peace. They probably will eventually be at thesamanthawild.com in the shop. This piece is in the shop, and I want to show you another piece that I've been working on, and it's finished, which is my beautiful tapestry called the Grey Lady of Nantucket, or the Nantucket Grey Lady. And, you know, the thing for me is, one of the things that's so deeply healing, you know, a lot of times when we need healing, when we're grieving, when we're sad, this is also the month that we honor loss, pregnancy, and infant loss. I also lost a baby back in 2018. I feel very connected to mothers who've had losses. And one of the things that art and craft can do that's so powerfully healing is that it can absorb our attention. So when you're struggling and when I'm struggling, there are a lot of places we can go, like to a big cake. We can eat a whole cake, or watch a bunch of shows, or drink a lot of alcohol, or do a lot of things that don't really serve us. And we do those things because they absorb our attention. You know, they really draw on our attention, and they take us away from just being totally present. Now, it's good to be totally present with our feelings, but you can't always be totally present with your feelings. It can be overwhelming, particularly when it's really difficult things. I find that going and immersing ourselves in our practices of art and creativity, really your root creativity, however you express it. Maybe you're making a meal, maybe you're drawing a picture, maybe you're doing some fiber art, maybe you're making pottery, maybe you're writing a novel. If it can absorb your attention, then there's a period of time, not just when we're in the flow, and I made a video about that, you know, and how healing it is to be in the flow, but where the mind has that bit of sanctuary space, right? An oasis. So I sat down after Shanti passed, and I was working on the other Shanti, but I was just needle felting. And it was a beautiful way, you know, specifically, of course, to honor my grief because I was making a Shanti, but also to find that I could at once be very present, but really held inside of a container. You know, when your grief is enormous, and I've had grief that's been enormous, as the poet Ellen Bass says, an obesity of grief. When you have that kind of grief, you want to feel that you are held, because otherwise it just feels like the grief could go on eternally. And so art and craft and creativity is that holding. It's the great embrace. I sit down to weave, I'm at my loom. That structure is the embrace that helps hold the feelings while I move the loom. And for you, doing whatever that creative thing is for you, eases the heart. And we can feel whatever we need to feel because we have some of that structure. We don't feel like we're going to totally lose our minds or fly away inside of the grief, or that it's endless. You know, sometimes in my mentorship, I talk to people grieving, and there's the sense like if they open up that grieving, it'll just never stop. And it's wonderful to have the arms of creativity wrapped around us. So I'm happy that I just have a few minutes while baby's napping, sitting here to share with you. I hope there's something valuable for you in some of these words. I'd love to know in the comments any thoughts you have or ways that creativity has helped you move through your grief. And please don't forget thumbs up and hit the hit the subscribe button. And please visit thesamanthawall.com. I will link below to the weaving shop that my beautiful lady, my gray lady, is up in the shop. It often takes me forever to get a piece up, and I am working, actually, sneak preview for my loyal YouTube fans, I'm working on adding, can you see her? I'm working on adding, she's just in process, a beautiful mermaid to my other Nantucket ocean piece. I think the lighting is terrible, so hopefully you got to see a little bit of what was happening. Okay, many blessings, and may you have a peaceful and creative day and find sanctuary in your creativity.